guys, it's Pino here. This week's video is going to focus on a big change that's actually been a few years in the works. We officially announced this last year at conference, but a few of you have heard us talking about this for probably since before COVID. And that is the distinction between shops and expresses and how we better manage our shop experience and our express experience. Really, it's how we manage our guest experience. At the heart of it, the client is the most important part in all of our equation. And how we present our different varieties of offerings to that client and how we deliver those offerings is at the heart of our service value. Realistically, at head office, we often tell you guys, we got two clients. You guys, the franchisees, and of course, our clients who consume the Beaver Tails. Franchisees, I often said at conference, I think I've mentioned this twice now already, Gabe Wee once famously said to me, Pino, don't complicate things. Sometimes you want me to deliver as a truck what I can't deliver. Some of your ideas, they're better meant for the shops. Well, that's the kind of thinking that led us to where we are with this shop and express categorization. From a client perspective, similarly, we've heard and we've relayed to you guys at conference, clients have told us they have confusion. They don't know if they go to the zoo or if they're going to a shop or they're going to a truck. They have no idea the different kinds of offerings that they receive and why they would expect one product at one place, different product at another place. I can't get the LTO at this location, but I can get a beaver dog at that location. That confusion has caused dissonance in the marketplace. So we put this together. We learned from this. We have the franchisees telling us on one hand, we want to have symbiotic relationships with head office and the different stores we operate. And we have clients telling us we need to better understand what it is you're offering us in different environments. And again, that's what in totality led to this distinction of introducing shops and express. So let's look at this a little bit closer. At the heart of the matter, shops deliver the full experience. They deepen the bond with the clients. Expresses introduce the product and act as ambassadors. They're the outreach that is often the first taste clients have of our famous Beaver Tail. Trucks bring the experience and bring the event to you. Shops are the destinations and are part of some of the most iconic tourist locations in Canada. Very different realities. One of them is more of a pull, one of them is more of a push. The types of products your clients are looking for at each location, the types of products your clients expect, the level and speed of service your clients expect. Very different for each of these two. But again, at the very basis of it, a shop is a full experience adventure where you come in and really experience the full magic of the brand. And a truck or an express, including our amusement parks, are more about us going to where the action is, planting the flag, introducing the brand called Beaver Tails and the product called the Beaver Tail, and making sure that people have that in the most magical way. Both are necessary. This is not a question of, is a shop more valuable than an express? Shops on average sell about 2 to 3 times more than our express stores. But express stores introduce our products, according to our surveys, to a lot more clients. Again, both play a fundamental, valuable role in the brand that is Beaver Tails. Let's look a little bit more closely at the details for each of these. To get into a little bit more detail, let's explore what each of shops and expresses should look forward to in the summer and the years ahead. Now, the reality is there's no massive grand plan. Really, you'll learn over the next few months, and for those of you coming to conference, you'll see lots of presentations related to this. You'll learn that what we've been doing is stuff that's actually been in the works for years already. We're refining it and it's guiding us. The idea of express and shop is guiding us and informing every decision we make at head office, so that every new product, every new poster, every new marketing campaign allows us to really think, who is this best suited for? Do we adapt it for the other group? Or do we just sacrifice one group and focus entirely on the other group? It's all a question of balance. And again, making sure that everybody puts their resources where it is the most valuable. We don't have the time and money to waste, and I know you guys don't have the time and money to waste.
It's all about focus. So here's an example of stuff we've been doing for years that you guys have invested in. It's our wonderful menu TVs. Of course, all fast food and QSR service operations have these menus. But for years, we've been saying that a key reason that we have these menus is because we want to be able to change up and refine our offering on a turn of a dime. And that includes flavor drops. How incredibly successful was that Dubai North? Up to 10% of sales in some stores. I think Toronto Waterfront actually hit 11% of sales on one flavor, a new flavor, unheard of. Well, here's the crazy part. Not that we're not happy with that success, but that's not the primary goal. The primary goal, as we said at conference last year, and as we will say at conference again this year, is to get people talking about us. And the Tomatale for April Fools, which sold very little, and the Taylor Swift Tale during the Taylor Swift concert series, which sold modestly, probably did as much for our reputation as the Dubai North, because we're celebrating our core values. We're quirky, we're irreverent, we're unexpected, we're delightful. But to be able to do that, to be able to put those core values in action, we need to be able to introduce flavors nimbly and quickly, reacting to things happening in popular culture that we wouldn't have known yesterday, let alone last week. The only way we could do that is with digital menu boards. And we can't do that with printed boards in our express locations. So there's a glimpse into how we treat our limited edition flavors. They're there to create word of mouth. But the word of mouth can't efficiently happen in the expresses. So we're not gonna burden the expresses with most of those flavors. Now, when we do have a big winner like Dubai North, that becomes a laboratory experiment where we say, hey, this one's big enough that we should just share it with everybody. But again, clear glimpses for you of how we adventure over time and how we release products and marketing campaigns based on what we're able to do at the front line level. Shops are now representing, latest number we have, we look at this every week in detail, 31% non-tails. That's almost a third of our sales are coming from something other than the hero pastry product. Not numbers we generally see with our truck and amusement park locations. But again, that's great. Trucks and amusement park focus on the hero product. But shops are starting to become bigger restaurant experiences. And we're riding that wave. Savory is one of the biggest winners. It requires space we don't have in trucks and FSPs, attention we don't have in the FSPs. The amusement parks just don't want to get into those other products, and they make those products already. So again, just giving you lots of details on how we're marrying and balancing and reconciling all of these forces and priorities so that we could deliver the franchisee the most efficient sales increases and our consumer the most valuable experience of magic and delight. Not rocket science, that's how we've grown over all these years. We're trying to be as scientific and data-driven as possible while we have this vision of the future of how we can be even stronger and better in that future. So there you have it. Appended to the newsletter that accompanied this video, you have the full list as we know it today of Shops versus Express. There's a couple of Expresses that we've actually highlighted in red. We think those guys should invest a little bit of money and become Shops. Not always possible, technically, tricky, but we're working on it. The list will serve as a barometer for now, upwards and onwards. Looking forward to seeing as many of you as possible at conference. I think we're up to about 40 or 50% attendance, and always exciting to trade ideas with you guys. We'll continue this conversation live then. Thank you. Bye-bye.